Welcome all to another episode of Hermes Hot Takes. My bad, y'all. I am back after a little hiatus, which feels like a big hiatus because the world has managed to end since I was last on. Snow apocalypse, literal snow ending. You see my plant? It's half the plant it was. It's half the man it once was when you last seen it because the leaves is gone because snow apocalypse. It's cold as hell in New York. It is raining tonight, so forgive me in advance for hearing the rain in the background. And there's very little rays of sunshine in this rain. But we're going to take the rays of sunshine as they're coming. We're going to get into some of this war shit that's going on with Iran. We're going to get into all this Epstein shit I missed, which I can't go over all of it. But we're going to summarize all together. Don't get too impatient with me. But I have to first go over the rays of sunshine. Because when the rain and the snow have fucked me up, killed my plants, and killed a part of my soul, we must bask in the rays of sunshine. Wouldn't you agree, Whimsy?
Yes, I need the sun.
Okay, one ray of sunshine. I'm about to avoid a catastrophe for you, viewer. Not avoid a catastrophe for me, I guess. But for you, the viewer, I'm about to avoid a catastrophe in your life. Whimsy, throw me this. Bagel me, please. This here, my viewer. I don't want to show the logo just in case they come for me later. This is called a Sola bagel. Right.
Show the bottom. The bottom has the logo.
No. See, I don't want to show the logos in case they come for me later. Right. But it's called a Sola bagel. We got this one from Whole Foods. Now, if you see here, it appears to be a bagel, right? It has a nice finish on the bottom as if somebody actually baked it. Look at the top side here, you know. It's given bagel. Like if this was an AI bot with just the image, it would identify it as a bagel. And what the genius thing about this is it's actually a piece of dog shit presented as a bagel. Now, here on the package, how many grams of protein, Whimsy, did it say this should have?
15 whole grams of protein, and they almost got me with it.
15 whole grams of protein in circular form, shaped like a bagel and or a donut and or any other sphere-like food you may enjoy. It's in a circle, but that's basically its only thing it shares in common with a normal bagel. It's actually a piece of dog shit. High fiber, high protein, whole grain protein, dog shit. I believe it's keto or something.
I think it's keto friendly.
Okay. So you keto people, I haven't done all the keto things, so I don't know. But if you keto people are like the vegan people, you just need to learn to give shit up, okay? You can't just eat dog shit and shape it like a bagel and pretend you're eating a bagel. You just have to give up bagels, okay? If the normal bagel has what is the ingredient they can't eat in this? The keto people?
Actually, I don't even know. I know nothing about.
I don't know what y'all keto niggas is on, but if y'all can't eat normal bagels, y'all just got to give up the normal bagels.
I feel like it's like fat and sugar. I could be wrong.
Fat and sugar? They don't eat sugar at all? Which is like crazy. Really?
I don't want to be wrong.
Okay, whatever.
But
Y'all keto niggas is different because last time I checked, you need sugar to live. But for y'all keto niggas, please, just give up things that aren't for you, bro. It's not for you. You said you're keto. That means you said it's not for you, nigga. Because us non-keto niggas can't just be rummaging through the supermarket and accidentally poison ourselves with this dog shit that you're serving, okay?
Also, we didn't order this, by the way. I just want to say that. Like, this was delivered as a replacement for a normal bagel. And why would they send this to us?
And send us dog shit instead? Like, just don't give us. Just don't give us the bagel. We don't need the substitute. Yeah, the Whole Foods substitutes, like, y'all getting out of pocket. Like, I get it, substitute teachers. Everybody always makes fun of them. You know, you always feel like you get over on a substitute. You do what you want to with the substitute. But you ain't got to violate me like I'm in 5th grade, my nigga. Like, if you just got to get shit bagels, just don't get bagels. It's fine. Again, the first adjustment of the mic this episode. The mic not working with me today, y'all. So I know it's not going to say it at the angle I like for this episode. Okay, so that was my one ray of sunshine. Ray of sunshine 1. You should never have to eat a dog shit Sola bagel because Hermes warned you. You're welcome. Ray of sunshine 2. Oh, yeah, I got you. Ray of sunshine 2. Award shows are back, people. Now, for the longest time, we've all known award shows have kind of fallen off. Whimsy, why have award shows fallen off?
I don't know. They're so white. No offense.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We have racist reasons, reverse racist reasons. Award shows being too white.
Well,
They're
That's just
also
why I
just
don't watch.
boring. The jokes are generally also not funny. And, if you want to watch a bunch of rich people with more talent than you be celebrated for being talented and richer than you, you know what I mean? You could just, I don't know. You could go on the internet for that, right? You can swipe on TikTok and check on some billionaire influencer pages. I don't need 2 hours of it, right? I don't need a whole ceremony about it. I don't need a whole highlight reel of the other talented niggas who are more talented than I'll be in my whole life, where we see the in memoriam and you see how talented they were. And you're like, oh my God, he died at 35. I'm 35. I haven't done anything. Like, nobody wants that in award show form anymore. This is my take. This is why the award show has died. And also, no one watches TV and cares about mainstream anything. Everybody has their own bubble going on. Cool. Ray of sunshine, though. Ray of sunshine. The award show is back. Now, one of these rays of sunshine were dropped in because I just learned what a BAFTA was. Do you know what a BAFTA is?
Okay, no, I do not know what BAFTA is. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yes. Do you know what a BAFTA is? Can you look up what a BAFTA is one time? Because nobody knows what a BAFTA is. It's something British, right? Maybe British actors and fuck niggas try all something. I don't know. Anyway, BAFTA awards, something British, an award show happened, and my boy Michael B caught a stray at it. British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Yeah, I probably could have guessed better. Michael B caught a stray. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael B at the BAFTA Awards with who that nigga from Sinners? He a talented ass actor. What's his name? The other dude. You dropped your jaw like, yo, I'm talking about Michael B. Who's the other dude?
I mean, I can't see right now because it's all blurry.
She don't know. We'll watch the video. She's still like, I don't know. Michael B. and the other super talented black character actor at the BAFTA Awards. Man's pulled up, swagging. Look at my nigga Ryan Coogler, swagging.
Good evening. Dara and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
And word one.
We're here to celebrate the artists who expand what's possible on screen.
The second way the nigga look confused, look.
But the best work serves character and story.
They bring whole new worlds into existence.
Like, his eyes all bugged out. He's like, focus, hold it together. See, peep the skin color. Of course I don't love the slur, right? We don't love any race being called the slur, right? But if I get to just watch celebrities get assaulted on stage during every award show, I think I'm all for this, right? Because I think what happened here is Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, right? A couple years back. And I think this is BAFTA looking at the Oscars and going, all right, my nigga, hold my beer. We got our own scandal to happen on stage too, right? Like somewhere, there's a producer somewhere getting pressed, right? Everybody's so pressed. Oh, the BAFTA ratings are down. And there's a producer somewhere, right? Who done known that this nigga in the audience was going to drop the N-word. Now, this nigga in the audience, I don't know much about it, but he got Tourette's, right? The only thing I know about Tourette's is from South Park. But what I know about Tourette's is niggas with Tourette's is always active. Like, they always getting after it, right? They always saying the inappropriate thing. So I know somewhere in the BAFTA office somewhere, there's a producer somewhere who was chilling with this nigga with Tourette's from earlier today. Maybe he was at a party, right? Maybe it's in a green room somewhere. And, some darker people came across the guy with Tourette's path from early in the day. I'm sure the producer heard him drop an N-word or two from early in the day, right? And I'm sure once the producer saw that without fail, Michael B. Jordan can go by. We got right? Halle Berry can go by. We got right? Lizzo can go by. We got a fat right? The producer peeped game from early and did the Birdman hand rubs, right? And everybody was pressing this producer. Oh, what's gonna happen in the BAFTA awards? They're not gonna have as high as ratings as last year. And the nigga said, I think we're going to be just fine, darling. I don't know why he speaks with this accent. He almost sounds like, a gay Austin Powers or something. Darling, I wouldn't worry about the ratings at all, darling. Because he knew He knew that Tourette's nigga was gonna pull through. He knew. And anybody who's saying, oh, you're being ridiculous, like, of course BAFTA wouldn't intentionally exploit somebody's mental illness to get him to say a slur while some of the biggest black stars are on stage. They would never. My nigga. The BAFTA, I did the research, I did the Googles. The BAFTA aired 2 hours after the live recording. Them niggas had 2 hours to edit the N-word out. 2 hours, right? And what they say, the producers said that they did not catch the slur. My nigga, the host of the show apologized during the show, the broadcast, for the slur. But of course, the producers, when watching back before airing the show, did not realize what the host was apologizing for. What we all clearly just heard that they had to censor and beep out. By the way, they censored and beeped out because they pussy, bro. They should have just let the clip rock. But clearly, the host might have been talking about something. Oh, the host was just apologizing for no reason. As the Brits do, every year they get on stage and they just apologize for somebody saying the N-word in the crowd. I'm sure that's actually probably what the Brits have to do every year, these racist niggas, but it starts to smell kind of funny, right? It don't smell right, my nigga. I know them niggas let it rock because it made good TV. And I'm not mad about it, my nigga. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm like where this is going. Matter of fact, what, we got the Grammys coming up, or is the Grammys next year? Whimsy.
I have no idea. Why would I know?
Whatever, right? No one cares. No one knows. But you know what would make everybody care? Do you know what would make everybody care? If next year, right, we got somebody like Lorde, super big pop star, she gets on stage, right, and she just starts shouting out, her peers, she starts shouting out the rivals. She goes, oh, I'm so glad to see all these good, talented female pop stars out here. Shout out to Charlie XCX, right? Shout out to Billy. Hey, see you there, Billy, you homeless muffin muncher. What if Lorde says that on stage? What if Billy crashes out like Will Smith? What if Billy hears homeless muffin muncher like Bill Smith and says, keep my name out your motherfucking mouth? And then Billy gets on stage and drags Lorde by her tracks across the stage and beat that bitch ass. Wouldn't that be good TV? Like, wouldn't we all be talking about that 4 months? Would we? Or would we not? We would. And I promise you, if they're listening, the Grammy producers, the producers of the award show, y'all better listen up right now. Because I bet they have their own team meeting. Their own team meeting where they're running it by right now, calling Lorde's agent, sitting Lorde's agent down and be like, look, we just need Lorde to call Billy, a homeless muffin muncher, on stage. We don't even need to tell Billy. Billy about that life. She about that action. She'll pop off and do the rest. We just need Lorde to say homeless muffin muncher. Right? Because this has been a battle between the two for a while. See, if you really know, like if you deep in the lore, if you know, this has been a battle for a while now. Who wore it first, right? Who wore the homeless lesbian look first? Was it Lorde or was it Billie Eilish? Because Lorde been rocking out with this since she's been like 14 years old. She was the anti-pop star. Oh, I don't want to be royal. I don't need to do all this shit. She really had that shit locked down first, right? Right. But Billie Eilish came out with this bedroom pop shit and said, no, I'm the homeless muffin muncher out the bedroom, bro. I'm the indie, right? You the mainstream, I'm the indie. And now they just kind of had this beef going on where it's just like, who really did that shit first? And if anybody thinks I'm just gassing it, bro, I'm actually standing with my lesbian peoples right now because they really appropriating a whole look right now. And I'm pretty sure both of them is not full-time with the lesbian shit. Maybe they part-time with the shit, but it's confirmed they're not full-time with it, so they're not really standing on it. Whimsy, right now, just so everybody know, Whimsy, type into Google homeless lesbian. That exact phrase. I don't do no revisionist, homeless lesbian. Because you guys need to see what I'm talking about right now, how these niggas bodied y'all whole lesbian swag, and I don't even think these niggas rocking out with the team. Right? First picture right there. No, the dreads. There we go. Now, right now, we have a white woman on the sidewalk, 2 dogs in hand, very appropriate. Even homeless, 2 dogs in hand. I can't afford to have 2 dogs, but a homeless white woman could have 2 dogs. Right? Homeless lesbian. We have the flannel. Nice purple and green flannel. Of course, we don't button around the wrist because we got to keep it loose because, we are free spirit. We have the the cargo pants green rough cut at the bottom. What is it called when things are cut at the bottom? Is it the that's
boot
not
cut,
what boot
cut
cut?
off?
No,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
like it's fluffy, it's flowy, it's big. You know,
Oh.
it's big like how the kids wear the big stuff now. It's oversized. And the black combat boots, right?
Why am I drawing a blank? I know what this is. Trivia. I know this.
Whimsy doesn't know things about women's clothing. The point is, she stole the actual look. Like, I promise you, Billie Eilish is wearing that exact outfit right now, somewhere in a penthouse in Santa Monica, and not on the streets like she really should be, because she appropriated the whole homeless lesbian swag. But so did Lorde. And now they must fight to the death on the Grammy stage to figure out who did it first. Like, who really is the alpha homeless lesbian? It needs to be settled. And if award shows are how we're settling it, like fuck best new pop star, best new artist, fuck all that. Best homeless lesbian. Let's go. Is it Lorde? Is it Billie Eilish?
How did we get here?
Award shows are back, people. That's how we got here. And that's my ray of sunshine. Log it in the books. Now, I have sadder news to go over with you people. And I wanted to sprinkle some nicer things in there. So what I want to talk about today is it's a metaphysical concept. Let me adjust my microphone right here. It's a metaphysical concept. There's going to be a lot of moving parts, so I hope you can stay with me here. Okay. The Mandela effect. Could you just Google one time the Mandela effect? Because this is going to be really deep for the people. The Mandela effect is basically, some people use it as evidence that we're a part of a simulation. Some people use it as evidence that God sometimes just likes to fuck with people. But the Mandela effect, yes, says Google AI, is a phenomenon where large groups of people share the same false memory, such as misremembering events, phrases, or pop culture details. Example, the Berenstain Bears versus the Berenstain Bears.
Always been Bernstein Bears. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay, so we have one hallucinating right now. Or, as Google would say, Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, right? So pretty much it originated because a lot of people thought this nigga Mandela died back in the 80s. Then pretty much he wasn't dead because we all know Nelson Mandela got out of prison and went on to become the first black president of South Africa. But then when that happened, mad niggas was confused. Like, yo, this nigga been dead. Like, I seen the recording. I cried with my family. We all watched the nigga die. You're not gonna gaslight me, bro. You're not gonna cheese me, bro. That's pretty much what Mandela effect is saying. You not go cheese me and tell me some shit that I know never happened. And mad niggas is sure that Nelson Mandela died, but apparently he didn't die, and he went on to be the first black president after serving, like 80 years in prison, 50 years, 60 years, some ridiculous amount of years in prison, right? But that's only what the government wants you to believe, because Nelson Mandela did probably die, right? So some niggas think they died, right? Other niggas remember that Nelson Mandela also, he won the Stanley Cup 3 times. Now, that's also a different possibility of niggas gaslighting other niggas that things didn't happen. But who's gaslighting who? Is it the niggas who think that he was a hockey star? Is it the niggas who think that he was the first black president of South Africa? Is it the niggas who think he died in the 80s standing on business trying to fight apartheid and died in prison? Who is actually right? Who's actually right? Now, I used to think all this was nonsense, but the world has gotten so crazy that I realized I must use this barometer, this Mandela barometer. Like, who is Nelson Mandela to you? I have to ask a nigga like that question every day just to confirm which reality I'm in. Because at this point, this shit is like the intro to Spider-Verse. Now, mind you, I've never actually seen the movie, but I watched up to the part where Whimsy kept falling asleep. But the part I kept watching up to is when they use the device that like splits the shit in the first film. You know what I mean? Like, he's about to turn this big machine on. I feel like the big machine got turned on, my nigga. And now I just have to confirm which Mandela is it, my nigga? Because I can't keep up with the Mandela. Okay? If y'all not following, y'all about to follow. Because this shit ties into everything. Wars, Epstein, I promise you. I can't take that Whimsy's laughing at me right now. It's very serious shit. Okay. So first, I'm going to confirm which reality we're in, right? Which Mandela, okay, viewer at home, ask yourself, which Mandela you remember? Did Mandela become the president of South Africa and dance on stage with Barack Obama when he became president and they all had, black people made it moment? Do you remember that from like 2010? Or do you remember that this nigga died? Or do you remember that this nigga won the Stanley Cup back in 1993? Ask yourself that right now. And I'm about to confirm to you which reality we're in, right? Please play the confirmation of the reality we are in currently at this point. So this is Leafs Brenner, right? Now this happened a long time ago, but that's the thing. You cannot trust that things happened a long time ago. This video is from 10 years ago, but it confirms something. It confirms that this is the timeline we're living in. Please. Leaf Brenner on Nelson Mandela being interviewed.
Of the 20th century, what knowledge or awareness did you have of him growing up, or when did you learn of him?
Wait, pause this. To clarify, this is Leafs Brenner, who cares? Whatever, right? Leafs Brenner, the hockey player, being asked about Nelson Mandela and his contribution to the continent of Africa. Please, continue.
The most known athletes in the world, and a lot of impact in any kind of sport that he did, and that even playing hockey, everyone knows him, right?
Facts. Everybody knows
the type of person that he was off the ice and on the ice, and it's so unfortunate that he passed away a year ago. But
wait, pause.
While he was with us,
he said Mandela passed away a year ago. Just to show you, to confirm, we don't know what the fuck is going on. Mandela either died in the 80s, he didn't die, became black president, died later, or died just a year after winning the Stanley Cup, apparently, or something great in hockey, according to this hockey player, right? This is how fucked up the game has become, right? Continue. I just need to be educated.
He's a tremendous guy. I just think the way he met that is, to me growing up playing sports and my parents was something really special.
Okay, pause. I've heard enough. This nigga literally grew up watching Nelson Mandela play hockey. He grew up watching it. Do you kind of see what I mean here? Does anybody follow what the fuck is going on? They could tell you that you love vanilla ice cream and you ain't never even eaten vanilla ice cream, been eating chocolate from the day you've been born. They could tell you that your dad is secretly, I don't know, Santa Claus, and you didn't remember because he left you at the fireplace when you were a baby. Do you see what I mean? These niggas can tell you anything. They can tell you anything. But I'm glad Leafs Brenner confirmed to me the reality I'm living in. So, some refreshers on this timeline. Now, when we left off here, let me just review my notes for a sec, just to make sure I'm on pace, right? Okay, cool. Yes. Reality is distortion. Cool. Right on time. Okay, when we left here, the last thing I said to you guys in my last episode, when I talked about Trump meeting Mamdani and it all being a farce and isn't Trump a fascist? Not recently Trump met Mamdani. I'm talking about like 3 months ago, whatever, before the hiatus. I said something very prophetic. And that's why you guys come here for the news, because I got the real news here, right? I said something very prophetic. I said there's only two type of people in this world. There are guys who fuck and guys who don't fuck. And this is very important, very important. Because as a person who fucks, so a person who has sex, I've actually been in my own bubble of reality, right? And there's been an entire other bubble of reality, an entire matrix, if you will, right? That I have not broken out of or broken into, depending how you look at it. And I'm just now realizing. Now, this is the time we need to focus on the other side of reality. The guys who don't fuck. Because the guys who don't fuck have they've been doing a lot of work. They've been putting in a lot of work. They've been uncovering a lot of secret truths about reality. And I had no idea. As a person who fucks, I could not compute to you, right? Now, generally, I know that it is normal that we consider incels to be losers. Like the reality I come from, my Mandela, right? In my Mandela, we're just going to call them Mandelas now, right? In this Mandela that I've been living in as a guy who fucks, we generally see the guys who call themselves involuntary celibate, I believe, or something. We we call them losers because, they just spend time online complaining and, hating women. And, occasionally there's a dude who fucks who gets on the message board that they go on and they all praise him. And he says, a bunch of racial slurs and everybody gets happy. And they then go back to being sad about how they'll never have sex and how they're genetically inferior and that, but also all these, minorities are terrible and blah, blah, blah. Right. Whole world, right? Had no clue what was going on, but it's a whole world out there, right? That was my reality, but my reality was wrong. See, that's not the reality we're in right now. This is the reality we're in, and I'm going to fill you in on it. See, these incels, I thought they were just guys who don't fuck, but apparently they're journalists. So an incel is actually an investigative journalist. The in incel stands for investigative journalist, if you didn't know. And this is news to me too, but I promise you, it doesn't make sense, but it does. Because we're here, 2026. I'm hearing all these new terms being used. I can read articles now in 2026 where I'm seeing terms like looks maxing being used. I'm seeing terms like negging being used. And these are all terms that, I didn't know exist, but I knew they were kind of the language. If you say, how you say, you don't know any Spanish, but you hear the workers say "que pasa" at McDonald's, right? You hear.
No, you don't.
They don't say "que pasa"?
No.
They don't say "que pasa"? Whimsy hasn't been in a McDonald's, by the way.
Actually, I haven't.
She hasn't ordered McDonald's. She hasn't went there. But she's going to go here and stand up to me like the workers don't say "que pasa" at McDonald's. Thank you for your false information. You stay in your Mandela reality. We're here in real reality, okay? You hear them say "que pasa," right? You hear them say "que lo que," but you don't really know what the fuck they're talking about, right? That was the negging, right? The Chad. Oh, he's such a Chad. These terms, I can infer what the fuck these people are talking about. But as somebody who's busy having sex, I just didn't have the time to look this deep into it. But now when I look up news articles about the world, like from sources, like it could be it could be Newsday. It could be the New York Times. They're starting to use this language too, right? The negging, the based, the Chads, the maxing of anything, China maxing, looks maxing, health maxing, dick maxing. You don't even know what the fuck niggas is talking about anymore, right? But that's because I was asleep. And now I'm woke to the fact that these incels were actually the journalists the whole time, right? How does that make any sense? Hold on. I'm getting there. Okay. See, the incels, they gathered and they accumulated in places, forums on the internet that were anonymous, right? Anonymous. So they can post, and it's not like Reddit. It's not tied to a username or an IP. Sorry if you're a real nerd and really know about this shit, because I have no idea what I'm talking about with this shit. But I know that the whole point was a lot of these message boards were anonymous, right? One of these OG message boards was 4chan, right? 4chan was a place where a bunch of niggas who don't fuck, right, got online, and a bunch of people who call themselves new Nazis or edgelords or whatever, but really they just niggas who don't fuck. That's just really what it comes down to. They was accumulated in this place, and they gathered and they developed outlooks and they shared evidence. See, before I just thought they were crying because, they don't fuck, so life is kind of sad. But really what they were doing the whole time, which is this blowing my mind, they were actually gathering evidence. They were sharing reports and data about the world. And it's funny because these niggas who don't even go outside apparently knew more about outside than the rest of us outside niggas the whole time. Shit's about to blow your mind. Okay. So they're gathering on this place called 4chan, right? And the interesting thing, right? Because it seems like I'm not getting to the point, but this is the point. And this is the point I'm actually getting to. We recently had something drop called the Epstein files, right? Now, I don't need to explain to you what the Epstein files are, but what we really need to acknowledge about the Epstein files, because it's a concept that we need. Once you understand this core concept, everything else kind of plays into play. The Epstein files as we got them right now, right, is a EP, right? Like imagine an album we've been waiting for a long time, like J. Cole's The Fall Off, right? Niggas been waiting like a decade for The Fall Off, right? J. Cole been teasing The Fall Off for a decade. J. Cole been teasing, talking that hot shit like, oh, the bars that I'm about to drop on The Fall Off they go wipe everything out the water, right? The sad songs about, this girl played me and it's my first time having sex with her and I want to smash her so bad. All them songs is dubs compared to the sad boy songs I'm about to have on The Fall Off. Like, he been gassing that The Fall Off is gonna be the prime rib, right? Right? The Wagyu beef of this nigga career, but he won't drop the fucking album. So all the Cole fans, everybody, the speculation is what's actually on the fucking album. We heard the leaks. We know it's some fire, but nobody actually has The Fall Off yet, right? Nobody has The Fall Off yet. So what is this Epstein Files now? It's an EP. It's a tease to The Fall Off. Now, what's on The Fall Off? What's that hot shit that rapper Epstein has been talking that shit about, right? What is he claiming he got on his full-length LP, right? He's got tape, right? Of probably some rapes, some kids getting raped, probably some torture, and probably some murders on film. Like, we know that's what's on the full album. We know when the Epstein Files drop in their entirety is gonna have that heat, nigga. But they keep teasing us with this birthday blizzard bullshit. Right? Cole coming out with the birthday blizzard. Epstein want to come out with these little drops. And you know Epstein on his rapper shit because this nigga been dead 2 years and he the hottest rapper alive. Every time he drop, it's the most fire thing. So he's really on his rapper timing on his posthumous. That's what it is. Posthumous. After you're dead. Why are you playing me like the word is not posthumous? He's on his posthumous rapper flow. Okay.
I don't think that's a word.
When you drop something after you die, it's not called posthumous. Google it right now. You over here, try me. Google it right now so you look like a fool in front of the world. I'm cooking right now. You see how Websy try to drag me down? Anyway, we don't have the full tape yet. Yes. Posthumous. Thank you.
Job,
occurring, awarded, or appearing after the death of the originator.
Nice.
Over here trying to play me. Anyway. Yes, I appreciate the applause. Anyway, we don't have the full tape yet, right? But we have this portion. What dropped in the portion then, Hermes? What are you talking about? You got all of us confused. Can you pull up, right, what this article, right? Epstein met with 4chan's founder just as the site. Yeah, it's an article, I think, on MS Now. All right, yeah, scroll up real quick. So basically, the nigga who founded 4chan met with Epstein, right? Epstein met with 4chan's founder just as the site's infamous political thread began. Newly released Epstein emails offer clues to meetings with the founder of 4chan, the site known as a hub for far-right propaganda and QAnon conspiracy theories. So the hub where the journalists were was actually known to Epstein, and Epstein met with the CEO. Let's read more. Scroll down a bit, because this is where we get to the juicy shit, okay? Okay, in October 2011, years after Epstein pleaded guilty to sexual misconduct with a minor, an advisor to Bill Gates named Boris Nikolic emailed Epstein about wanting to introduce him to a cool guy, right? The message included a link to the Wikipedia page for 4chan founder Christopher Poole, who goes by Moot. Poole oversaw the platform until 2015. 4 days later, Epstein responded to Nikolic about his meeting with Poole to say, I liked Moot a lot. I drove him home. He is very bright. The timing of the introduction is interesting. The same month that Nikolic introduced Epstein to Poole, 4chan launched a politically oriented forum called Poll, which became popular with right-wing extremists. The site eventually became accessible for far-right extremism, blah, 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 violent rhetoric, propaganda. We know the story, okay? The incels, they went ham. What is fundamental to the story is one of these biggest threads that initially was where these niggas got cooking was started a week after the founder of 4chan met Epstein, right? So we know these niggas is cooking together, right? So, but it looks like even after Epstein met with Poole, right? According to Argo, Nikolic emailed Epstein again with a comment on 4chan's potential. This article describes why I find Moot interesting. The potential for manipulation is huge, Nikolic wrote, linking to a Washington Post article that discussed how 4chan had been used to foment bigotry, launch cyber attacks, and fuel a hive mind mentality. So we're seeing that Epstein was actually chatting with a nigga, like directly, saying Nikolic, the person talking to Epstein, saying basically, we can use this site to cook up manipulation. We could use this site to twist the opinion, twist the narrative, and link into an article saying, look how many N-words these niggas dropping in the comments. These niggas all look like they mad active to vote on some right-wing shit, right? This is just the tip of the iceberg of the shit. So we could say, okay, so what? The article, the nigga met with him there, right? So what? So what? What we gotta look into is the origin of the thing called Pizzagate, right? Which we were cycling all these things from like 6 years ago. You could say we mad late to it, but all this shit is becoming real relevant right now. Because what we know now, remember the reality we're in now. The incels is the investigative journalists. There actually were just investigative journalists the whole time. Follow me here. Pizzagate was a conspiracy theory, right? And I'm about to just shoot off the hip now because I don't got time to look this shit up. But I'm pretty sure this is how the shit went down. Pizzagate is a conspiracy theory that Hillary Clinton was involved in a child sex trafficking ring that ran out of the basement of an actual pizzeria, which at the time, as a nigga who fucked, was aware of this theory, but it sounded so crazy and I was so busy having sex that I just could not fathom that this could even be based in a kernel of truth, right? Now, why does it matter? Why does it matter? It matters because where did this actually come from? Where did the story really come from, right? The story came because John Podesta, who was, I believe, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, had his emails leaked, similar to how Epstein had his emails leaked. And niggas was like, the nigga is talking about pizza OD, like a lot, like pretty often. It's kind of sus, right? And this caught wind of you know, the incels, the investigative reporters on 4chan. And they decided that is something they had to look deeper into. Now, 4chan is anonymous and the posts do delete themselves, apparently. So they have to be archived and screen grabbed by other people. So it's kind of hard to find shit. But I found something from pretty old, right? Referring to these Podesta emails. Could you pull up the 4chan archive on Poll? So this is on the thread Poll. The thread that was started days after Epstein met with the founder of 4chan. I know this is, I just keep repeating everything because I want people to really be following me with this, right? Because this should go deep. On this thread Poll, now this is not exactly from the same time. This happened in 2016. I believe the CEO left in 2015. But remember, 4chan auto deletes posts. So the rumors probably could be circulating and theories could be circulating way more. Somebody has to screen grab it first and put it in a news article for anybody to even remember it happens, right? But this one's from 2016, November 2016. Podesta is a fucking pedo, right? And we have a picture here of, it looks like a mom, Asian mom, taking a bite out of a piece of pizza with her child, and then maybe her daughter taking a bite out of a different piece of pizza. It looks harmless. It looks like a cute little picture, right? But could we go where it says original email here, and it says WikiLeaks Podesta emails, email ID 1037? Click on this? Yes, yeah, click on this real quick. We might just loaded a virus. We don't even know. Okay, so I just wanted to be important. What's actually said from Doug at presidentclinton.com, because remember, this guy who got leaked was part of Clinton's campaign team, to Justin Clinton and a bunch of other people, right, in the mix, said, as John said, which is John Podesta, the guy whose emails got leaked, it says in the message, as John said, it doesn't get any better than this. He is talking about the picture of the mom and the daughter eating a bite of pizza and then another daughter eating another bite. But all the kids are, like, the baby might be like 8 years old. The older girl might be a preteen. Okay, right? This is the top. No, let's go back to the poll on 4chan. This is on 4chan now. People responding to this email saying, lads, remember this email titled Pizza JPEG that only had a pic related attached. They are showing off wares to Podesta and Hillary's high-level staff. They are shipping a kid, essentially. Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express flight log shows a lot of trips to Asia. A lot of pedos came out of that Indian tsunami, too. It was around that time that George Herbert Walker Bush and I don't know who WJC is, teamed up to do a big new charity initiative, right? So this is niggas cooking. This is the investigative journalist cooking up theories. I didn't know this is how it was working. But these niggas was so bored not having sex that they were actually doing journalism. Cooking up theories. Can we scroll down? See more of what the enlightened people have to say? Someone says bump. Interesting bump. Pizza. Another comment. Then we have the what is this guy again? The toad frog that people use? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Racist frog symbol. Nah, it's fake. Nothing to see here. Oh, wait. Another comment says Clinton Foundation was responsible for Haiti aid. Did they kidnap and fuck tons of children while they were there? I don't know. Did they? Probably. LOL, both Bush and Clinton are into cheese pizza, right? So this is showing the origins of this Pizzagate thing. They think the pizza is code word for child trafficking in some kind of way. And they kept making reference to John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, bringing up pizza just way too many times, right? I will say this before, because we're going really down the rabbit hole. If we're not deep already, no, we're going deeper, right? I'm also a nigga who loves pizza. So I'm just going to say, for the record, I do love pizza. I don't know that I've talked this much about pizza. As much as I'm about to start talking about pizza, I've never talked this much about pizza in email form. I don't know. It just don't come up like that. And I eat pizza all the time. Where I can eat pizza like once a week. I don't know about every day, but you kind of smell what I mean. Anyway, scrolling down. This is just creepy. Another comment. No one wants nigglets. So see, we got some racism creeping back in here. So tired of these fucking perverted Jew rats. Bump. Okay, so we see the mixture between the investigative journalism and the racist fascism. It's an interesting one, and it's hard. This brain of mine has to reconcile with these different things that these people are over here doing the work, the journalistic work. But you have to remember they still don't fuck, so they're very mad about life and still very racist and misogynistic and angry. And it's hard, but life is complicated, and I hope you acknowledge that nuance with me. Okay, so here we are, Podesta, pizza emails, blah, blah, blah. Who cares, right? Who cares is what the world say. You guys don't fuck. So what you guys are saying don't matter. Now, for these people, the irony for these people, they went on probably to mainly be Trump supporters and people who support Trump. And the Pizzagate conspiracy, 4chan was eventually shut down. It moved to 8chan. There's multiple theories that 8chan at a point kept the whole Pizzagate thing going. And Pizzagate becomes QAnon. This idea that there's this secret government agent that's working against this evil satanic ring of pedophiles that run the world. And Trump is somehow the good guy working with Q, or Trump is Q himself and he is fighting the entire system. This is what this conspiracy theory would grow into. And investigative reporters aren't right all the time, right? They're right some of the times. They get other things wrong. So they probably got that part wrong, right? About Trump being the white knight fighting the pedophile child ring. And we know that now. Sorry, I keep adjusting this mic of mine. We know that now. Why do we know that now? Because we got this Fire Epstein fucking EP. The Epstein Files EP gives us enough teasing where we see what the fuck really going on, right? We see how much this nigga Trump was still interacting with Epstein even after his case came out and niggas knew he was fucking the kids. We see that they was bros for so many years. We see that they was even having contact during his presidential campaign. We see that Steve Bannon who is also just kind of like one of these gods in this whole bubble of reality, a 4chan right-wing reality. They fuck with this nigga Steve Bannon right mad hard. He knew how to do the online politicking mad hard on the right side and get the people moving that he needed to get Trump elected, right? He ended up being boys with Epstein too and did a whole interview with a nigga that wasn't released. So this whole narrative that they were somehow outside of this network somehow falls apart. But hindsight is 2020. We only had Clinton's emails back then. We didn't have the full drop, right? And this is not the full drop. Sorry. We didn't have the full EP, right? The full drop is the tapes of the raping of kids and torture and murder. Yes, we know that. But the EP just has so much flames in it that we already know. We already know that there's probably some full tapes with the gang, with Bannon, with Trump. They probably got some because at this point they too intertangled, right? Why does it matter? Why does it go back to the pizza? Why does it go back to the pizza? This matters because Epstein met with the nigga who started the thread where the Pizzagate rumor came out. Now that his EP, his Epstein Files EP is out, we must acknowledge this nigga Epstein talk about pizza a whole lot his goddamn self, right? Now, you know the devil is a lie. I always say it all the time. AI is also a lie. AI is the devil. So sometimes you go to the devil, ask the information, but it'll be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I went to ChatGPT. I'll go to GPT. I'm like, yo, ChatGPT, bring me up all the instances that talk about pizza in the Epstein files so I can see if there's any type of correlation. Why ChatGPT try to tell me, oh, bro, you know, you could type the word ice cream. It would come up a bunch of times. You could type that. You could type any food into your email a bunch of times. It's a bunch of emails. Of course, they talk about pizza sometimes, but it's just taken out of context. ChatGPT is doing more capping mad please for this nigga, bro. I don't even know what the fuck going on, bro. So ChatGPT compromised too. So I had to do my own Googles. I had to go to the Department of Justice Epstein Files EP release and listen to the EP myself, bro. I had to Anthony Fantano the Epstein Files and get my own take, my nigga. One more mic adjustment. One time. So I did that for y'all because I'm locked in, right? I realized that the incels been doing the investigative journalism. A nigga who fucks has to do investigative journalism as well, right? It can't just be the niggas who don't fuck, bro. It's not an excuse no more. Can you go to Epstein Pizza on my Google Drive right there? Because I went through some of these greatest hits. Some of these hits that GPT was trying to tell me. This don't really mean nothing, right? Okay, so somebody's saying to Epstein, you mean radiating a soft glow with the look of bliss and excitement? Yeah, that's the pizza sent from my iPhone. Okay, so niggas really into pizza. Sometimes, you know, you get the Domino's pizza, it got a little glisten to it. So they put a little bit too much oil, the shit's shining. You gotta take a paper towel, wipe the shit off. I get it, right? Plausible deniability. Can you zoom out and hit the right arrow? Because there's more. Yeah, just click the right arrow right there, right? Okay, another pizza email. May 24th, 2017. Send a pizza to Bobby. Mind you, this is not the only pizza Bobby email. I don't know who this nigga Bobby is, but he eats a lot of pizza because there's been dates of emails from multiple years that only read, send Bobby pizza. Did Bobby get the pizza yet? Did Bobby tip the pizza guy? Again, a nigga, I can eat pizza a couple times a week. There's been times I eaten pizza every day for lunch for like months on end. And I don't believe I have this much messages about pizza, right? But plausible deniability. I get it, right? Next. So here we have another one, right? Response to Jeffrey Epstein. I think it's from somebody named Leslie. I can't see. The name's blocked out. It says, ha ha ha. No, I don't need a pizza, but thank you for offering. See you at 4 p.m. and thanks on the apartment info. Oh, I'm reading the emails out of order. Let me read them actually with order. It's going to go, the actual order of the email is, hello, Bobby. Hope you've been having a great time with honey. Reconfirming you will both come see Jeffrey at 4 p.m. today. Do you know if he will be leaving on June 1st? Leaving tomorrow morning early. And yes, of course we will be there at 4. You need pizza or anything? Ha 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 ha. No, I don't need pizza, but thank you for offering. See you at 4 p.m. And thanks on the apartment info.
I was so confused because I'm trying to read it like top down, and I'm like, where are you? Like I cannot follow.
Yeah, no, I was also
and I was like, oh wait.
bopped. Yes, I did read it out of order at first too. But as you can see, Bobby is confirming that he's having a great time with Honey and reconfirming his meeting with Jeffrey. And Jeffrey's like, I need the pizza. Again, pizza and Honey, weird combo. Don't know, but okay, cool. Now, here's the thing. These are grown men talking to other grown men, right? Even if I got a pizza with bro and we went to go get a slice together, right? And man says, hey, do you want to grab another pizza next week? Like, you want to meet for pizza again next week? Like, if Mans is not on the spectrum, Mans is like Jeffrey Dahmer and got bodies in his closet at home. No grown man says to another grown man, hey, bro, let's do a pizza. Like, pretty much ever. Even if niggas eat pizza together all the time, no one refers to a meeting between grown men as a pizza. Do y'all understand? Do y'all follow what I'm saying? Unless Mans, right, is also a genius, right, a savant of pizza, and stares, at the oven and watches the dough bake and can name every single ingredient and every single type of dough from every corner of the planet and wants to go to Italy. Like, unless it's that level of dedication, it is sus to tell another grown man, why do we not get a pizza, bro? Like, a pizza? Like, what? Okay, sorry. Continuing. So he's setting up, asking, great, thanks so much, 4 p.m. works. Let me know where and when I should meet you. And then they go, Eric, let's say 4 p.m. It shouldn't take too long, maybe a couple hours for the casting. Then I'll make the pizza mold after. I'll have it ready for you when you come back. Since we're not going for crazy detail, you could just wear either skin tight nylons or just a thong if you want, or nothing. It's entirely up to you. But I think this one is mostly going to be about contours. Are we even fucking talking about pizza anymore? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? In email. That's the devious shit about this. It's in email, my nigga. Matter of fact, pull my email up right now. Go to Gmail. Type Gmail right now. Because they act like I can't have emails that just leak. Like, I can't have 20,000 emails, right? We go to Gmail, right? Go to my search bar and type pizza. Right? First, let me know how many emails I got. I have 20,000 emails in my inbox right now.
It's 13,000.
It's 20,000. You can't even see.
You can see.
You literally can't even see. That's really crazy.
Literally, you have so many pizza emails.
Can you click enter on pizza? Wow. Trying to incriminate me is crazy. Okay, Domino's Pizza, Instacart Pizza, Seamless Pizza, Skip Delivery, Carry Out with Domino's. Literally, you can do a quick scroll. I have 40 emails from Domino's. You will find not one email to another grown man referring to pizza. And I've hosted pizza parties, my nigga. Where? You can't find one. Look like Rev.com asked me to send them pizza. They ain't kind of freaky over there, Rev.com. I don't know what y'all got going on. But the point is, you can't find none. You can't find none. But I'm supposed to buy that this pizza shit is just a coincidence.
Who's Larry?
There's no word pizza in that email. Thank you.
So why did it come out?
Fake news. You're in collab with the AI. I don't care. The point is, normal niggas, try this on your inbox. You will not find this much pizza. And if you do, then you're just a freaky type nigga, I guess. You're different from me. So it brings us full circle back to these investigative journalists, right? The Epstein, he met with the 4chan guy. He started the rumors. Maybe, maybe not. But in this reality, it's looking like the incels, the investigative journalists, got the first scoop on this nigga, right? Now, here's the deep irony, right? My Mandela effect is me coming to terms that there was actually a Pizzagate happening. When we thought this was just a conspiracy, the Pizzagate was going strong the whole time. And it wasn't just the Clintons, it's the Trumps, right? Now, everybody has their own version of the Mandela effect. Everybody has their own way of remembering things. How do we think our investigative journalists, the incels, how do they remember things, right? Because for them, they had Q, and Q was a hero, right? Working against the deep state with Trump, right? Now we have the Epstein files, and we know that that's not the case, right? Now, there's a few people that you may remember. One way that you will now remember differently. Whimsy's being inappropriate off the side of the camera. She's trying to make me laugh. It's messed up. There will be a few people you remember differently in this Mandela reality. You incels. And that is the singer, the extraordinaire, the politician, the president of the United States, Robert Kelly. Now, in one Mandela, one version of reality, many of you might have remembered that Robert Kelly is a tremendously talented R&B singer and also pedophile who was arrested for his crimes and put in jail. And if you guys remember very clearly, like if you go deep into the lore, or if you're black, because all black people know. Okay, sit down. Please sit down. You're distracting me and you're actively making a noise. You need to sit down. Whimsy's trying to do yoga poses in the middle of the show. Like, I'm not trying to do something. Okay, back to what I was saying. You may remember in your version of reality, there was a singer named R. Kelly who was tremendously talented and also a prolific pedophile. And you may remember in the early 2000s, he had a case where there was apparently a tape of him peeing in a 14-year-old's mouth. To which case, he dropped some fire music afterward. I believe he went on to drop Trapped in the Closet, which was fantastic. Everybody forgot. And we moved on with our lives until we didn't, and they made a reality show, and then white people found out, and then we put him in jail. This was the version as a nigga who fucks. This is the version I remember too, right? But I've actually been informed that there's a different version of reality. Now, there's a version of reality where R. Kelly was never found out for his pee tape. The pee tape was never found, right? You never saw him urinating in the 14-year-old's mouth. And he actually went on to have a very successful career in politics, right? And he actually went on to become the 46th president of the United States, right? Now, I know there's a lot to follow. It's been a lot. It's been a lot to get to this moment here, but all the work we've been done, all the investigating we've been doing has been to get us to this moment right here where I tell you that if you think about it, if you were R. Kelly and R. Kelly was the president of the United States and there was a tape of him pissing in a 14-year-old's mouth, would he start World War III to stop the pee tape from coming out? Would President R. Kelly start a global conflict by bombing Iran to avoid the tape of him pissing in a 14-year-old's mouth to avoid it from going public, from being released to the world? You got to put yourself in the shoes. Like, what you got to think, what's the worst thing I've ever done, right? Did you not take the trash out when you told your mom you'd take the trash out, and then raccoons came and then they ruined the trash? And then your mom's like, how'd that happen? You're like, I don't know. It must be UFOs or aliens. You know, the Pentagon's been talking about it. They keep abducting our trash. You know, we got valuable shit. You know how it be, ma. And then there's the Ring camera footage of you actively never going and taking the trash from the side of your house. And then the raccoons coming and fucking it up. Would you start World War III to stop that tape from coming out? The Ring camera footage of you not taking the trash out? Probably not. But then you have to take it to the next level. To the next level. Would you host Thanksgiving at your house, right? And you have a lovely pecan pie that you have coming through, But then you have that cousin that you don't really like, and she has that kid who has the nut allergy and he can't even touch nuts, but you don't even want the cousin to come. So you do all this, shooking and jiving and maneuvering and talk to all your family members separately. And you don't hit the family group chat because you want to avoid that one cousin who's really annoying and you don't like that bitch anyway. And she always thinks she, bad and bougie because she got her master's degree, but she's still broke and she's just a single mom, but she still thinks she's better than you. But now you hosting it and you want to make your famous pecan pie and you don't want her to pull up anyway. So you're going to make the pecan pie. But then she pulls up anyway. Right? And she tells you, hey, did you make the pecan pie? And you're like, well, I did, but I made sure that it was separate from everything. But you know you didn't because you didn't plan on that bitch coming. That bitch wasn't supposed to even be there. And she's there all of a sudden with her sick ass kid who can't even be around a nut or something. It's like, no, I kept it separate. I kept it in the fridge. He don't have to eat the nut. So it's fine. Eat the nut is crazy. But yeah, he don't have to eat the nut. The kid don't have to eat the nut. Right? So when she says, did you make sure to separate all your utensils and wash them 3 times before you did the pecan pie? Of course you said you did, because that bitch is always trying to ask about your business, and she know you didn't, right? And then her son, he's grasping for air at the table. His throat is closing up at the table. That's all he sounds like. Because he didn't say words before that. He was just on TikTok on his phone the whole time. You know how kids do these days. They're just there. But all of a sudden, this nigga's alive because you're hearing the sound of him choking on nothing because his throat is closing up, right? Would you start World War III to stop your sis from seeing the ring cam, that can get the view of the kitchen window where she sees you use the same fork and the same spatula on the pecan pie and the yams? Do you delete the tape that shows that you secretly killed your second cousin, your cousin's kid, the annoying one who can't take a nut? Do you release the tape, or do you start World War III with Iran? Right? This is what people need to understand right now. The incels. I know. I'm fucked up because you guys were right about the Pizzagate shit. I'm still fucked up over that. I'm fucked up that Trump is involved. I know Trump was your hero. You must accept that Trump is just a really famous R&B singer, right? He got the hits. He has a lot of the music that niggas was conceived to, but he can't be your hero. There is a tape of him that will be released that will show you who he really is, and you must accept it. You must accept that this war with Iran is really just Trump trapped in the closet. This is his trapped in the closet. What niggas don't understand, R. Kelly did all the shit, right? He did all the bad shit. The tape came out in my version of reality, but then he dropped trapped in the closet and nobody cared. This is Trump's drop. He's dropping bombs until nobody cares. He's trying to do a J. Cole. J. Cole literally just dropped bombs on an album. Trump is trying to drop bombs on an album. Before the full LP, Epstein LP come out with the tape, he gotta drop bombs. This is Trump's trapped in the closet. This is his rap opera, my nigga. Right? Now, I know it's hard to imagine and visualize because the Mandela effect, it fucks you up. You remember R. Kelly, he was this black singer and blah, blah, blah. No. R. Kelly is the president of the United States. And he's pressed because his P tape did not come out. And Ghislaine got the P tape. Ghislaine, who works with Israeli secret intelligence, the Mossad, they have the P tape of him peeing in the 14-year-old's mouth. And R. Kelly must decide, do I go to war or not? And to help you visualize, I've taken an excerpt from Trump's Trapped in the Closet. Because I think the rap opera really finds a way to summarize all the things I'm talking about right now. Sorry, a mic adjustment has to come. An excerpt from Trump's Trapped in the Closet. I have to get my notes out here. It goes, Ring, ring the telephone, the Oval Office telephone. Trump ignores the telephone. JD picks up to see what's wrong. And JD gasps. He hopes it's been a big mistake. JD says, sir. Trump says, shut up, man. I'm so great. JD says, sir. Ghislaine is calling from an unknown number. She's got a tape. Do you remember what you did last summer? Trump says, no way. It can't be me, man. I'm too great. JD says, too late. She's called Mossad and they're on three-way. They're about to bomb Iran. They need some missiles to send through. Or they go show the tape of Trump eating off the kids' menu. And once his missile launches, Trump steps to the closet. Then JD comes and he closes the coat closet. Now Trump stands in the coat closet. And Trump bombs Iran from the closet. Whoa. Good night.